From the stairs or from the dirt?
Hey everyone, this is Killer Nurse, leader of uThought Gaming, coming through with some advanced videos, radiation mode. Gonna give everybody a little introductory class on the M203, how and when it should be used. So let's get into the tunnels here and we'll see how we're gonna use this thing.
I feel like I'm running so slow. That's why I don't have the exoskeleton.
As you guys are about to see, we're gonna get to the bottom of the stairway. I'm gonna immediately put a 203 down the hallway and one into that room. I've heard footsteps. I'm not positive on where they are. As I put the second one into this room, and as the explosion is still happening, I take a peek down this way. I don't hear any more footsteps on my left, so I know I'm clear to shoot down that hallway. I'm gonna come right over here and try to finish anybody off that may be lingering after that 203 shot. Unfortunately for me, there was no such players at this time. So we're gonna head down to the radiation zone. Always gotta push rad. We're gonna see what we can find down there, if anybody left us some goodies, or if we got some friends down there that are looking to lose their stuff. So let's go see what's happening.
The car's down. Shit. Yeah, but they took that card.
As everybody knows, as everybody has heard, the radiation zone is the most dangerous part of this game. Whether it be because of the loot that's there and the players that are drawn to fight over that loot, whether it's the monsters in the radiation zone, the amount of damage they do to you and your vest, whatever the case may be. So you always want to go into a strategy. In this case, our strategy is at least two of us are getting the hill, one of us is going to wrap around. I'm going to do a great job of getting up this hill. Thankfully, one of my teammates is a little more diligent in their practice than I am. You see Tamale going right up that hill without hesitation. Now, we've already heard shots on the left side, so we know there's at least one guy on the left side. And I'm just having such a hard time getting up there to back my teammate up, which is never good. You never want to be that teammate, the one that people are waiting on. Unfortunately, I was in that case.
They gotta be here.
So we've already heard shots on the left side. We're taking a look. Where is this guy? I've already checked up top, seeing if there's any glitchers. Don't see any. I spot the player. I mark him before I fire. I want all of us to have the opportunity to shoot at this player before he gets inside or does anything else. Now, what a lot of teams will do, they'll get greedy and they won't mark him. They'll try to shoot him themselves. That's all fine and well, but you have a much greater chance of killing that player if your entire team is on. So I'm going to come down here. I'm moving up to this to the library. I'm going to try to push these guys. And as I'm killing these dogs, I hear some footsteps off to the side there. So I crouch down. I see him, the player off to the right. I make some terrible hip-fire shots. Realize that hip-fire is not the move. I get a few good shots on him with high explosive. So I'm pushing. I'm going to go try to go up this hill. Hello. This man with the DBS had other plans for me. Thankfully, my teammate Damali, as you guys have seen from other videos, is right on my back and sent the DBS player right back to the map. Now, I heard this footsteps coming up to this house before I saw these players. But I decided to stop and try to heal instead of push, because I'm already kind of low. Better to give myself and my team the best chance. They decided to push out before that could happen. So I start putting 203s toward the doorways in front of them to try to keep them in our area. Once they leave and they're running, their backs are to us. As you just saw, I came out and finished one of them. My teammates had gotten the other one. One of them was going to drop a red crate. We're going to get a pink crate, some radiation loot, and whatever else. Unfortunately for these players, they didn't have a plan. And if they did have a plan, it was not a good one. For the players that get to the radiation first, I'm going to have some videos coming out sometime in the near future with us getting the radiation zone first. And there are not many teams out there, at least at this point, who are going to come and take that radiation zone from us once we are in our positions and ready to go. We can sit in that zone the entire game and kill everybody that comes in, and that's just going to be the way it is. And everybody should have a set in stone strategy when you go in there. Most of the people that I play with, we all already know what our assignments, if you will, are. We know where each other's going. We also have a different process here within uThought. Instead of everybody scavenging around for loot, you know, we have 1 or 2 people loot the zone and split it up evenly, which works out very well.
Enable your night vision goggles.
And uThought, you know, integrity is very important in our group and the people who play with. Don't steal people's loot, don't steal people's dog tags. Dude, nothing like that at all. If anybody ever catches any games with us, you know your crates are safe. You know, when it comes to the radiation zone, we split the loot evenly. You know, I'm going to be posting some videos. A lot of the times, I am the one to loot, whether that be because I just have the more suitable weapons for it, or have more ammunition to do so. But I also record the majority of these games as well. So if there is ever any question, obviously anybody's more than welcome to ask me, and I'd be more than happy to show them the video. But as everybody will see through the videos, we always split it evenly, and most of the time I give my teammates more than I keep. I want to make sure that my teammates are, you know, better off than I am. I'm sorry. You know, they say you're only as strong as your weakest link, and that is most definitely a fact. If there's somebody in your team that's down bullets, down supplies, it's difficult, and it makes taking out another squad who is prepared just as difficult. You know, if you have a spare level 6 helmet, one of your teammates only got a level 5, right thing to do is give them that helmet. It'll help you a lot more than them with that level 5 helmet. We do stuff like that all the time. For the folks that do not know, these dogs, these monsters, whatever you'd like to call them, really, you can kill these things with green bullets. You can kill these things with corroded bullets, so long as you're getting headshots. I understand sometimes it's difficult, especially when they stand up. It seems like their head all but disappears when you're trying to shoot at it. But if you can get the headshots from a decent distance away, as you just observed me do, you can get them with a couple corroded bullets, a couple normal bullets, and you're going to take them right out. Well, you want to make sure you take the ones out in your path if you know you're the only people in the radiation zone, because these things will just eat you up, and when they make that growl sound, that's when they call for their friends, and then they come over, and it's just a big mess. By the time before you know it, you got 10 of the things on you, one of your teammates is down, the dogs are thirsting them, and it's better to take care of it before it becomes a problem, is all I'm trying to say. So yeah, we're going to be on our way out. We're going to be checking each other's backs, make sure there's not 20 dogs following one of us. In this case, there's not, so that's great. We're going to move on and see how we handle the radiation zone turn in the tunnel. Because we're not one of the clans, and we're not one of the teams you're going to find glitching outside of this map. And shame on all of you streamers and all of you people who are so popular and have huge fan bases for using these glitches publicly. You can say you do it to throw it to 10 cent all you want. You could have sent 10 cent a private video if you'd like. You didn't need to expose these things to thousands and thousands of people and have thousands of people glitching outside the map, ruining the game for players like myself and other people that I play with that have some integrity in the game. Shame on you guys. Now let's see how the real players handle the tunnel. So as you're going down the tunnel, depending on the situation, 2 or 3 players. I like for one person always to have their 203 out, ready to shoot. Somebody with the night vision, scoping down, and whatever the case may be. But at least those 2 players need to be doing that. Somebody's got to have the 203 ready to fire. Somebody's got to be using the night vision. So as you guys can hear, we have a team pushing up. My teammate's going to make the right call here. Say, let's wait on them, see if they push us. We don't know if they're already inside their room or they're in the hallway. We don't know how close they are. We don't want to put ourselves into what we recognize as the death zone right in this little room. So let's take a look at what this 203 does for us here. As you can see, guys, 203 in the doorway as those 2 players came in, left them all but defenseless. Everybody's been hit with 203s at this point. Everybody saw the proximity of that shot. They were within 5-10 meters of it. You know, those guys were super low once they got hit with that 203. And it wasn't going to take much to finish them off. We got 2 MKs shooting around the corner. So we push right in. We send those guys packing right back to the lobby. Unfortunately, they don't have any goodies for us here. Nothing, just some bullets or some junk like that. And we're gonna go ahead and carry on. Absolutely, join our Discord. I'm going to have the link down in the description. Anybody's welcome to join. We have a tiered system within our Discord. So people that have responsible numbers to them, meaning if they're basically good enough players to play advanced mode with. We've come across so many Discord servers over the several weeks Metro's been out where you get some teammates for advanced and, you know, you may be good and the teammates are garbage or they don't have good gear or they don't communicate well. A number of different issues. So we're trying to get rid of that whole thing. What we also have over on our Discord is a very safe trading method where you never actually exchange items with the player whom you are trading. So I encourage everybody to come check that out. I know a lot of folks get scammed during trades. We do our absolute best in our Discord to make those trades happen safely. So come check us out and see what our community has to offer. We're an exclusive Metro community. You're not going to see much Classic on there or really any other kind of game. It's mostly just Metro players. So come on in. We play for players of all skill type. You know, if you're good or bad, you play on Europe, you play on North America, you play on Asia. We welcome everybody. I mean, we're willing to help anybody if they're willing to learn. for those who are not all that familiar with the advanced mode, we're going to be coming up to the store here in just a minute. There's 3 stores in advanced, one in the C zone next to the base, one at Fort Ross, and one up here, up in the garage area. You always want to check there. They sell flare guns, they sell armor, they sell some ammunition sometimes. Sometimes you can find weapons on sale. You can also find a gold bar in there if you're very lucky. They sell the gold bars for 50,000. Come back to the black market, sell it for 150 or 200. I mean, $150,000 profit. It's all day. So always want to check those stores, guys. Always take a look. And a lot of times you find fights next to them too, which is always a blessing. You're going to see me here in just a moment, guys. Try to drop some loot for my teammates. You know, I mentioned earlier how important it is to take care of your teammates. Subsequently, my teammate already had such a loot. Damali's very lucky with the loot that they come across. A very fortunate player. So they explained to me, no, thank you, sir. I have everything I need. Carry on. I'll not pick my stuff up and carry on.
Marked a location.
All we got out of the dark zone was 2D. We got only 2 detectors from dark zone. Everything else was like the armor thing. Some bullshit. Color keys.
Another thing to keep in mind, guys, when you're looting down in that dark zone, it's not a bad idea to keep 1 or 2 people out in that hallway and have 1 or 2 people loot that dark zone. So I cannot count how many times we've gone through that dark zone, didn't hear a team moving up, and all of a sudden there's 4 guys sitting there by that bus. And, you know, we're in a tough spot. It's not a difficult fight to get out of, especially if the players sitting there are good players. Not to confuse those players with campers. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you know, the campers. No, those aren't campers. The campers are people, you know, before they go into the game, they're like, this is where I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit at this place the entire game, and that's going to be that. What players that sit in that tunnel do, if they come to that tunnel after they've heard us in that dark zone, they're not camping. They're being strategic. Why are they just going to rush into that room when we have an advantage? They're going to wait us out. That's a good strategy. They're not sitting there camping all game. They'll just kill us or they'll lose and move on. So, just want to straighten that out because I hear a lot of people talking about stuff like that, saying that's camping. Now, I disagree. That's my opinion. It's out there. Campers, we still don't like you. Some of you may have noticed when I am holding my 2 or 3 out, as I am now, and I'm just getting ready to shoot it off on something, you probably noticed that firstly, I'm always aimed higher than what my perceived target would be. That's an obvious one for most people, right? But what isn't so obvious to a lot of people is that I'm aiming slightly to the right. Your 203 grenade is going to exit just left of your crosshair. So wherever you aim it, you want to aim it up and to the right. When you're in those tunnels, you use them in the rooms, use them in the tunnels. You can get really good with these things. We can be over by the store at C-Zone. I can land a bunch of 203s on top of this school building or a number of other things. I surprise my teammates and even myself sometimes with some of the shots that I can make with this M203. And I know there's plenty of people out there that are far better with it than I am. So if you're not familiar with this yet, definitely pick yourself up a nice refined one out of the shop. Take yourself to the first or second map. Just mess around with it. You can bring a bunch of them into the game with you. You can put like, 20 or something in your lockbox. So, take them in, fool around with them. They're very efficient. They do a lot of damage to level 6 suits. When we hit people with 203s, almost every time, if we know it's a good hit, we're rushing them or taking them out the lobby. Hopefully taking their suit with it. So, highly recommend everybody get well versed with that 203. Take it to the first map, take it to the second map, wherever it is you practice. And take it over to the third map and take some loot with us.
762. Were they running towards us? Oh. At the boss right now. Oh yeah, this there. It could be close. There's footsteps. They jumped down on the other side like the other team did. Took the other side straight over here. Cap. Exactly. That's so weird. They must have had like good shit to want to run. That's where they went. I think they're at the same extraction point. The trees probably blocked them.
Marked a location.
Another thing about the advanced mode, guys, you always want to check the death crates, whether it's you know, a bot for grenades or whether it's enemy player crates. The reason for that is there's a lot of great players out in this game, a lot of great teams out in this game, and sometimes they simply cannot leave the game with all the rewards they got from winning their battles. And you're gonna see here in just a second why I say that. And before we get to that point in the video, I just want to say thank you in advance. If the individual who left these items behind just so happens to see the video, shout out to you. And it's going to get better just after this crate, guys. So, again, shout out to whoever left these items behind for us. Thank you.
Yeah, that much shit. That's why they ran.
Everybody's probably wondering, Nurse, was this intentional? Are you really running to your evac from the base with 30 seconds? No. No. That was not intentional.
I think I'm gonna make it.
We never want to cut it this close again. I've cut it a little closer. I don't know if player 2 and player 3 can say the same. As we're gonna see here, guys, we're approaching the evac, and my teammates, they're still a good 10-15 meters behind me, and as we can see, the counter is going down to 0 now. So if you've never seen the blue zone in Metro, here it comes. And everybody made it.